ECF. Just how much can that recent history kind of help you guys now in a similar situation?
Yeah, experience is always nice, especially when it works out in your favor. But each series presents itself with different challenges and different, just different stuff throughout. And it just feels different this time around. I think being down 2-0, coming back home, getting that much-needed Game 3 win, using our home crowd to our advantage, which was huge for us, like it was for Toronto in Games 1 and 2. So hopefully we can keep that momentum going and get this Game 4 tonight.
Matthew, now that you've been in, I think, now 7-8 games since coming back from the long layoff, physically, how are you feeling, and how do you feel your game has progressed since the playoffs have started?
I'm feeling physically great. I'm very happy to be out there. It was a long time off. I'm just happy to be out there with the guys again. There's nothing better.
Seth, this one's for you. I mean, now that you're kind of back with Nico and Mikkola, how's that adjustment been, and what do you guys need to do to keep the Leafs from kind of scoring off the rush as they did the first 2 games?
Yeah, it's been good being back with Meeks. We both want to use our size to the best of our ability, our long sticks, our reaches, and our physicality. So we want to make it tough on their top guys, especially off the rush. Keep tight gaps, things like that, so that, they don't have free, easy ice to play on. So it's been good with them. PK, we want to be aggressive as well, and just make it tough for them to play.
Matthew, a big part, obviously a huge part of your game is going to the net. We saw the other night a couple pucks going off of guys. Just how important is it just to throw pucks at the net and get to the net and just see what happens in games like these?
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy you brought that one up.
Just trying to, move on.
I think that's playoff hockey. It's so hard to produce, off the rush and stuff that you might see during the regular season and playoffs. I mean, you look at playoff overtime goals. It's always hitting off something, or it's a CNI shot, or it's deflections and screens and everything. The goalies are so good. The defense is so good. It's hard. So I don't think there's anything that you can really do about throwing a puck to the net and it gets deflected. Like, there's nothing you can do. So as an offensive side of things, you want to throw as much as you can, and you just never know, especially when you get into those tight games and overtimes and stuff.
Matthew, how would you describe the challenge of going up against Chris Tanev, and now that we're getting a bit deeper into the series, how much do you feel like you guys are wearing Toronto's defense down a little bit?
What was the first? Sorry, what was the first?
Chris Tanev.
Yeah, he's been somebody who I've known very, very well going back to Calgary, and I'm very impressed with how he's played. I really am. Like I've always said how great of a player he's been for years, but to see him at the stage and continue to do it year after year, it's incredible. He's kind of like the head of the snake back there on their back end, and he's their leader. You can tell. We're not inside the walls of their room, but you can tell just by the way he conducts himself and talks to the team and blocks shots and leads by example. I mean, I've seen it, so it's no surprise to see what he's doing now. And we're not, I don't know if we're necessarily wearing them down or anything like that. We play a certain style that's hard to play and hard to play against. And I mean, it's no secret. We try to put everything in and try to be physical, and it's not just on him, but it's on their whole team. So over a course of a series, if you continue to do that shift after shift, it's human nature. You're going to wear down. So we just have to keep up with it because they're doing a good job to us as well. So it's just playoff hockey at the end of the day.
Seth, you guys have given up 13 goals in the first 3 games of the series. Obviously not ideal. It's just what are some of the things that you guys on defense have been working on, some of the adjustments that you're looking to make? You obviously don't have to go into exact strategy, but just what are some of the things that you guys want to work on for tonight's game?
I think just eliminating rush chances. I think first few games our F3 has gotten caught a little bit. The D gaps have been not as tight as we want them to be in the neutral zone as well. So they're getting some of those rush chances. They've kind of changed the way they play, and they play a really fast game, actually. They get the puck out of their zone, they get to the neutral zone fast, and they try to create bounces and hit underneath speed for rush chances. So we've kind of given them a little bit more space than we might have liked in the first few games, and they've also been opportunistic. Give them credit. They know how to put the puck in the back of the net. So we want to be physical. We want to be tight gap, like I said, like I keep saying. That's a big part of our game defensively. And then, we have Bob back there who would be a brick wall for us.
Matthew, Brad Marchand, oldest guy in the series, celebrating a birthday today. Like, what stands out to you about the playoff he's put together?
Yeah, he's been incredible. Him and their whole line's been incredible, especially towards the end of the Tampa series. They were amazing for us in that closeout game, and then going into this series, they've kept it going. So, it's crazy. He's the oldest guy in the series. I mean, he's full of energy, and you would not think that by the way he's playing right now. So, super impressed to see what he's doing. Super lucky to have him on our side, and hopefully we can keep it going because it's been really fun to watch.
Seth, not easy to talk about the guy sitting next to you all the time, but just what have you learned about Matthew in the time that you've been here in Florida and just how he goes about his business? Something you didn't know before.
Yeah, I think Matthew obviously is, one of the heart and soul guys of this team. Obviously, when I got here, he wasn't playing, and he was rehabbing, trying to get better. But I think you could feel the, I didn't know it obviously when he was out, but when he came back, you can see how vocal he is in the locker room, his leadership that he brings, the energy that he brings in our room, whether it's before the game, intermission, during the game. And then the style of play. He's a physical guy, but he's got great hands around the net. He helps our power play tremendously down low around the net. And he just brings a certain, X factor to our team, a certain swagger to our team that I think is extremely helpful, especially in playoff hockey.
Awesome. Thanks.